Hi, I'm Rob from hopzine.com. Thanks for joining me for another Homebrew Wednesday video. The one I'm looking at today is called Red Eye Rye. As it says on the bottle, a eye-wateringly hoppy red rye ale. This was brewed by a couple of friends of mine. Firstly, Dean, who is the landlord at Mr Foley's cask ale house in Leeds. Fantastic bar in Leeds, serving the best of kind of British cask ale and then some fantastic British craft keg beer and some wonderful beers from America as well, both bottles and keg. And also the other guy who brewed it is a blogger called Neil, and he is responsible for the blog called Eating Isn't Cheating. It's a blog about kind of food matching and beer and food separately as well. But both a couple of friends of mine. I've had a couple of Dean's beers in the past. Both, all have been really nice actually. But this is a brew that they put together. I've just been checking on Neil's website, so you want to check Neil out anyway, because he's a fantastic blogger, especially if you're into food and beer matching. Because I'm completely hopeless at it myself. But so you check him out on eatingisntcheating.blogspot.com. But so this was so the malt bill. There's Marisol, Crystal, Cara Red, and Rye, and then it's bitter in hops, Rowaka, aroma hops, Amarillo, and Galaxy, and dry hop with more Amarillo. So I'm looking forward to this. It's a really nice label, really novel kind of take on that as well. I mean, with this kind of spiral label, looks really nice. Anyway, less waffling, less promotion. Let's get in the glass. Ah, interesting. It's always kind of interesting when you're pouring a beer and that first bit you get is never the true colour of when it's in a kind of, when there's more of it in there. For me, not that red, kind of more tinging towards like a copper colour, kind of like a old gold colour, like an orangey gold. But yeah, more towards the copper end. Nice tight head of, I'd say, eggshell coloured froth. Carbonation, there's a good amount actually, it's not too excessive. That's one thing I always find tricky with my homebrew is bottle conditioning. I mean, too little, too much. It's never that straightforward. Anyway, let's have a sniff. Ooh, lovely. Lots of kind of pink grapefruit. Definitely loads of that peppery rye in there. Oh yeah, definitely loads of rye. Getting orange peel. Getting a slightly old grapefruit element to it. Slightly mouldy peach, in the best way. And a slightly kind of resinous musk to it as well. Like you find in a lot of Brewdog's bigger beers like Hardcore. Just a hint of it though, not much. But predominantly I'd say citrus and a big whack of kind of peppery rye. Really interesting. Slightly honey actually, like not a clear honey, the other type. Definitely. Anyway, I'm salivating at the prospect of trying this. Lovely, nice and cutting straight away, nice and crisp. Initially, I'm getting kind of dandelions. Yeah, definitely rye bread. I've got some in the fridge, in the bread bin at the moment. It's quite peppery, and there's a biscuity element to it. There's definitely a bit of kind of caramel in there, like a more of a like salted caramel. Hops come and go. At the start, quite earthy, a little bit resinous, then it becomes a bit lighter. At the back end, quite dry, pithy, and that lingers. Yeah, I keep coming back to the idea of dandelions and kind of wildflowers. There's definitely that element in there. It's not as hoppy as I expected, to be honest. I know Dean's taking this to the Homebrewers meeting next week, and I'll be interested to see what everybody's got to say. I don't know, it's definitely the rye. I think the rye really dominates. For me, it's really dry, it's very dry. And the rye is very potent. And I think it's hiding the hops a little bit. Yeah, interesting. I'm not saying it's not the best beer I've had from Dean, to be honest. He's done better. I think rye is just a tricky one to figure out. So yeah, it is nice, but Dean's definitely brewed better beers. Anyway, cheers anyway, lads. Thanks for having the opportunity to try this. As I said, I'll be interested to see what everybody's got to say, because I think I'm not right good with rye, to be honest. Anyway, so that is a bottle of Red Eye Rye, eye-wateringly hoppy red rye ale. I don't know if it's eye-wateringly hoppy. I don't know if it's the bitterness maybe a little bit too much for me. Maybe not enough hop flavour. There's a bit of it in the aroma, but I think that it's been lost somewhere in the flavour and the aroma. But yeah, anyway, so that's brewed by Dean and Mr. Foley's, a very talented home brewer. Started similar time to me, and he's streets ahead of me, to be honest. He's really, I mean, Dean really takes some chances and brews some exciting styles of beer, where I kind of like play a bit safe and do a lot of pale ales. Yeah, and Dean, and also Neil, the star of BBC Two recently as well. I'd look, Neil, you didn't win the quiz, nearly, so close. I could taste it. Anyway, so that's Red Eye Rye. Yeah, so make sure you check out Neil's blog at eatingisn'tcheating.blogspot.com. A very decent beer, and a really nice use of rye. I guess I'm just not a massive fan of rye, and I personally would prefer a bit more hops. Anyway, I'm Rob from hopzine.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.